Hey, it's Matthew. I was just on hold for 2 hours with a service provider to try to solve a problem. Unfortunately, you couldn't solve the problem after the 2 hours, but here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the on-hold experience and how badly designed it is, not just for the experience I just had, but I'm finding it's the same kind of template that everybody's using. And if you know somebody who is in charge of contact centers or designs the on-hold experiences for these places, please share this video with them so we can all collectively get a better on-hold experience. Obviously, none of us wants an on-hold experience, but if we're going to have to suffer through one, please share this idea I'm gonna describe here with you. So here's the problem with the on-hold experience that I just had, and again, I see this with a whole bunch of them. They play some bad music, right? And there's also this pause often that happens in between the music, you know, when the systems are switching in one way or another, trying to determine whether you're going to get on the next call. And sometimes, in the case of the one I just had, there's a recorded voice that comes in and says, please continue to hold. You know, your call is being handled in the order in which it was received, so please continue to hold. And that voice comes on every 20 seconds or whatever it is. That's the problem. That voice is what becomes what's described as a pattern interrupt, right? So you're trying to do other things while you're on hold, whether you're working or eating or watching television or whatever it is. And every time you hear a pause or every time that voice comes on, it interrupts your mind, interrupts what you're thinking, what you're doing, and it actually creates frustration in the customer, in the person waiting, me in this case, or you in the case that you're on hold. So if you design these things, you have to stop doing pattern interrupts every 10, 20, 30 seconds, because that actually makes the on-hold experience much, much more frustrating than it would be. What you really should be doing is maybe not have any music, have a tone that subtly plays maybe every 30 seconds just to keep you aware that you're still connected. You know, a little beep every 30 seconds just to keep you connected. If you're going to play some bad music, play it at a very low volume, much lower volume than the agent is going to come on with, because if you play the music at a low volume, it doesn't interrupt what we people on, your customers on hold are doing, and then when the agent comes up, because their volume will be much higher, we'll be able to immediately respond and understand that, okay, it's our turn. Our turn at bat. Our call has been answered. So if you're going to play music, it's got to be at a very low volume, much lower than the agent's volume. And if better yet, don't play music, play a beep or something, and definitely remove that automated voice that comes on every so often and just creates this pattern interrupt that's super frustrating. I tell you, it's very jarring for our human brains to have that happen all the time. So hopefully this will actually make its way to somebody who can actually fix this system, and maybe if you invent the best on-hold experience, others will duplicate it, as opposed to where we are now, where everybody's duplicating the same terrible on-hold experience. I'm Matthew Giorgio. Thanks for listening.